Hello, Avinash. Thank you for having us again. We're here to present you with our first deliverable that we agreed upon, and let's go. Let's summarize what we discussed on our previous meeting. So we know the current situation of PayFlow is that they're very cost sensitive. Um, that you want a brand image and identity that companies and users can always be familiar with, and we're also very aware of your problems, and that is the time urgency and that you don't have enough time to produce everything that you wish for. We also know that because you didn't have this much time, you had to hire two outside marketing agencies, and they didn't give you that consistency through the different marketing campaigns that you wished for, and so you ended up with not having a clear identity nor style for your brand. So we've come up with some recommendations that we'll share with you further on the presentation. And let's go through the deliverables that we agreed upon. So that was the transformation stage. That's what we're delivering right now. And this has the analysis of the current styles, what we think of them, our insights, and it finished with our own proposal of what we think is better for your company, with a concrete company style, and so you can produce for your marketing campaigns. Once we've agreed upon all these things, we will go into the second phase, which is the implementation stage, and this will include the development of the new campaigns, the planning of the new campaigns, and the implementation of this plan. We will then finalize this project by going to the tracking stage, which will be setting the realistic OKRs, assigning the right metrics and KPIs in order to track and analyze all the performance of the new campaigns. And finally, we will hand you some quarterly and monthly reports on the progress of the new campaign, so you have all the transparency that you need and you know exactly what is going on. So let me share with you the opportunities of improvement that we thought about, and these are um, the that you don't have enough time to produce everything that you wish for. So we're taking that workload off your hands, and we're helping you with that. Then you don't have the consistency through the different marketing campaigns, and we think that we've accomplished something that you would like. And finally, we have come up with a clear identity and define a style for your company.
Talking about PayFlow goals, in 5 years should be more a comprehensive financial wellness platform. As you mentioned before, it will include additional products as LeanFlow, a platform about financial education, which is already launched, and also SaveFlow, which is a saving platform. Talking about your vision as a company, PayFlow know that employees in general are stressed about their financial situation. That's why you want to improve it so employees are better managing their own finances and their own money. Finally, speaking of internal values, PayFlow's values can be summarized in flow. F for fun, L for liaise, O for own, W for win. You have to have fun, mix and help your colleagues to be part of this team. And also, you have to have ownership in your own tasks so you can reach your own goals. To make all this goal possible for PayFlow, the problem mentioned before need to be addressed.
So as a team, we did an analysis of PayFlow's current image online, and we realized that you have too many logos online, which can be a little bit confusing. We also checked your different platforms, and we saw that you use a different logo for your official website, and that depending on the different platform, you use a different way to express what PayFlow offers. We also analyze your content, and we do believe it represents the values of PayFlow, and you use which is fun, young, fresh. But the problem is that right now you have two different clients, which are HR representatives and employees, and maybe this tone doesn't really match HR representatives because they prefer a more serious tone to hire a service. We analyzed the competitors, and we saw that PayPal's logo and PayFlow's logo are very similar, And PayPal even has a service called PayFlow. So this can lead to people believing that PayFlow belongs to PayPal. Also, as we can see, the content and the cartoons you use in your different channels are very similar. So as a summary, the problems we saw are that you have too many logos, so choosing one would be better for people to remind it and to create uniqueness. And then one message for different personas that should be approached in a different tone. Too many messages depending on the platform. One short and concise message for all the platforms would be better because clients will remember it. And then it's too similar to PayPal, so we recommend to make it more unique and distinguished. Which benefits would you get from this? Well, brand consistency. It will be easier to build your brand perception, and also this will lead to customers getting more loyal and confident towards PayFlow. And of course, it's a key factor in differentiation. We as a team, and talking to experts that my colleagues will explain you later on, we believe that the best option for PayFlow to use as a logo is the first one, because it's much more differentiated from PayPal because of the colors and the design. And the reason why we chose the first option before option 2 and 3 is because it's easier to see it from far behind. So if we are using a mobile device or a tablet, it's easier to identify.
So, as we mentioned before, we need to differentiate the two customer personas, because on the one hand, we have an employee, and on the other hand, we have the employer, or in this case, the HR representative. We perform interviews to representative potential clients. So in order to gain insights, we interview Gonzalo, who is 26 years old, he lives in Spain, and he's an entry designer at Publicis. And on the other side, we as well interview to Iman Korsan. He has 33 years old, he lives in the States, and he's an HR manager at Tesla. So what they find from the interviews? In the case of the employee, what they liked the most was not to wait to the end of the month to have the money. And as well, they will have the peace of mind of being covered for any eventuality arising. And in the case of the HR representative, what they liked the most was they will have the option to allow employees to access money whenever they need it. As well, they will have motivated employees, more engagement, they will have a better public image, and as well being able to attract talent. Moreover, they think that the website is clean and easy to understand. On the other hand, what are the main concerns about this product? In the case of employees, is the high commissions, appearing in the credit bureau, or privacy about their economic needs. In the case of the HR representative, their main concerns were money logistics, charge HR instead of employees, as well to the effort required for the implementation and every logistics to do this. And in the case of the communication, how they would like to be approached. In the case of employee, they would like to be approached by videos and influencers in social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube. And in the case of the HR representative, they would like to be approached by email or LinkedIn. With information gathered in the previous interviews, and as well to secondary research, we developed these two customer personas. On the one hand, we have Joaquin, who is the employee. On the other hand, we have Javier, who is the HR manager. Okay, and why they are so important for PayFlow? Because in the case of Joaquin, he just moved to the city for a job opportunity, but he's spending more than he thought because he has to pay rent, student loans, and etc. And now he's struggling to get at the end of the month. He will feel engaged and motivated if his employer allows him to take salaries advances when he needs it. Imagine an emergency or 1 or 2 weeks before the end of the month to be able to pay their credit cards. And he is spending several hours in social media. In the case of Javier, he's an HR manager for a small business in Spain, and he wants to motivate employees to improve the productivity, improve the talent attraction, the talent retention, and as well increase the loyalty towards the firm. Now, He's willing to implement employee perks to achieve goals according to the limited budget. He's very concerned to growth and the employees, but he has limited budget, and PayFlow can be really useful for this. And similarly to Joaquin, he's connected to social media, but he's more engaged in LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter.
Regarding the employer customer persona, their brand values are high-tech, efficient, quick, and caring. As brand message, we have several options. First one being get paid when you say it. The second one being enjoy, we care for you. And the third one being we cover you. The type of narrative chosen is fresh, close, and informal. The channels used are social media such as Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and billboards. In terms of the HR key strategies and brand positioning, the brand values are employee loyalty, employer efficiency, and employer well-being. The message will be there when your employees need you, which means that if your employer is struggling with a financial emergency, you will be able to provide them with money instantly. And the type of narrative chosen is formal, organized, with data insights and performance metrics, where the results will be based on testimonials from other companies. The channels used are email, LinkedIn, networking events, billboards, phone calls, testimonials in adapters platforms.
So what outcomes can you expect? Well, first of all, we are creating an overall brand consistency that is involving a more distinct differentiation and therefore stronger brand perception that is more linked towards positive emotions and therefore improving the overall customer experience and loyalty. We're also expecting to generate more leads, downloads, and of course, attract more customers. And lastly, we will be increasing the business adopting base and revenue streams. So the following is how we're planning our deliverables. In March, we're focusing on the transformation and implementation stage, and in April, the tracking stage. And as you can see, it's really straightforward and easy to implement and does not require significant investments.
As an innovation consultants, we have a different added value. We are more than just a consulting firm. We like to drive change through innovative brand positioning, making use of technologies and cutting-edge tools to deliver key insights and cost-effective strategies to achieve long-term success, focusing on achievement to the highest return of investment in the least time, one client at a time. We also offer knowledge of the latest tools in different countries as we always keep ourselves updated. We are driven by a constant curiosity to learn and develop new tools for our clients. That's why we base this strategy in the latest models and tools available to make it easier to implement and cost-effective so we can focus more now in these key issues so you can keep growing as a successful company.